Divergent by Veronica Roth. Divergent is set in dystopian Chicago, where society is divided into 5 factions, each representing a different part of society and human personalities. Dauntless the brave, Abnegation the selfless, Amity the peaceful, Erudite the intelligent, and Candor the honest. And every member of all faction that is 16 must take a test in order to determine which faction they belong to. After taking the test and finding out which factions they belong to, they must decide which faction they want to join. They can either stay in the faction that they grew up in and stay with their family, or choose a completely different faction and cut all ties with their family. Meet Beatrice Pryor, a 16-year-old from Abnegation on the verge of choosing her faction. After she takes the aptitude test, the test that determines which faction they belong in, she obtains interesting results. She finds out that she is divergent, having an equal aptitude for more than one faction. She belongs to Erudite, Dauntless, and Abnegation, while most other divergent only have 2. The following day, they must decide which faction they will devote their lives to, and they have very strict rules stating faction over blood. She has to make a choice, one that will transform her and decide her life. Will she decide to stay in abnegation with her family and keep denying her true self, or will she embrace who she truly is at heart? That day she made a choice that surprised everyone, even herself. She chose Dauntless. Dauntless initiation is very competitive and brutal, leaving those with a faint of heart behind and factionless. Factionless are those who fail initiation and in which a person isn't welcome into any faction. This is described as being homeless, and some would say it's even worse than death, because the factionless have to suffer. The Dauntless initiation is aimed at eliminating cowardice in the initiates and preparing them to act during fear, and do so through extreme physical tests of endurance and intense psychological simulations, some of which have consequences. In the midst of it all, she struggles to find out who her true friends are, who she truly is, and how she feels about her trainer, and where romance fits into the life she's chosen. She has a secret to keep, locked deep inside of her, to heed the warnings told to her that if the wrong people find out that she's divergent, it could mean her death. Trish discovers that tensions between factions are escalating and they threaten to cause the downfall of her society, not just a single faction. In the end, she finds out the secret she's been keeping could help her save her loved ones, but it could also destroy her. Divergent has a family theme. Divergent movingly explores a more common adolescent anxiety, the painful realization that coming into one's own sometimes means leaving family behind, both ideologically and physically. Divergent shows the pressure of having to choose between following in your parents' footsteps or doing something new. I recommend Divergent to teens in junior high or above, and to people who like science fiction in a dystopian society. Those who like the Hunger Games series will surely enjoy this book, as it is very similar, suspenseful, and exhilarating. It is the first book in the series of 3 and will be coming out for it in 2014. It's a book worthy of a 5 out of 5 rating.